Lumia's not my home. Not the way it is for you.
Having second thoughts about the expedition?
Alright, Clair Obscur Expedition 33 #1 is shaping up to be one of 2025's biggest surprises. The game drops on April 24 and honestly the buzz is real after the Xbox gameplay reveal. If you have seen any of the recent demo footage making rounds, you know exactly what I'm talking about. People are already calling it a potential Game of the Year contender, and I kind of agree. You've got this intense turn-based RPG with a slick combat system that's like Persona, but with its own twist. There's quick time events, more interactions, and it just feels pretty fresh. Plus, the art style is absolutely stunning.
Finesse and grace. How can you keep going like nothing happened?
We're watching the freaks. Thousands of them. I mean, too many to count. All I could think was every one of us, man, woman, and child, are now homeless.
Days Gone Remastered's rolling onto PlayStation 5 on April 25, and this one's also shaping up to be the definitive way to experience Deacon St. John's journey this time. I mean, whether you're revisiting the game or diving in for the first time, this version is packing graphical upgrades, new modes, and extra content that make it more than just a simple remaster. There was a new mode here, larger hordes of enemies, smarter AI, and a challenge that will basically constantly ramps up. With that said, if that's not intense enough, Permadeath mode is here to test your survival skills as well. Plus, the PlayStation 5 enhancements do bring sharper visuals, DualSense haptic feedback, and a smoother frame rate, making everything pretty immersive.
A talking fish. Nope. Ain't no way.
South of Midnight is dropping in early access on April 3rd, with a full launch on April 8th, and it's officially gone gold. We also got a new trailer for the game. In South of Midnight, you'll play as this Hazel, a girl who's just lost her mom in a brutal hurricane, and after the storm, she starts discovering some wild powers called Weaver abilities, and it's all happening in a world full of spirits, including a giant man tree holding a catfish storyteller. Seriously, it's got a mix of adventure and mystery, and with that art style, it's definitely one to watch. The Fatal Fury City of the Wolves second open beta is coming up, running from March 26th to 31st. It's available across all platforms, and you don't even need a PlayStation Plus or a Game Pass score to join in. This beta is a big deal, especially with the addition of the mighty Grappler. Joining the roster of 9 playable characters, you'll have access to training mode and a bunch of others, which is a great chance to feel out the game's art style and the rev system, 2 control schemes, and of course more. It's a pretty perfect perfect thing for both new players and old school fans. Check it out, get ready for the full launch on April 24th.
Prepare to deploy.
Steel Hunters Wargaming's new free-to-play mech shooter is also dropping into early access on April 12th, and the Fine developers just came out with another showcase. And this player versus environment game here focuses on some intense mech battles with a rare resource called Starfall, and it's all about mastering these giant hunters and their unique abilities here, as you can see. In fact, the early access will bring a polished core gameplay, maps, progression system, and interestingly, no monetization at first. See, Wargaming wants to fine-tune everything based on player feedback before adding it, and the full release is planned once they nail the core experience.
Consider your death part of the plan. This isn't over.
You will face impossible odds. Remember.
Shit, Joel.
Surprise.
Naughty Dog just announced that The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered is getting a free PlayStation 5 update when the game launches on PC on April 3rd. In fact, this update brings fresh content to the No Return mode, including 4 new maps and 2 new playable characters. You will now be able to join the fight through Overlook, Seraphite Site, School, Streets, and Nest, which are basically key locations from the game. Plus, Bill and Marlene are joining as playable characters with their own playstyle. There are going to be new trophies and bug fixes as well, all coming in for free.
You remember me?
Into grand journeys of thought and discovery. Choose how your world unfolds.
The Talos Principle Reawakened is set to launch on April 10, with a demo available now, which will remain live until the game's release, so you've got time to give it a go. This thing is remade with the use of Unreal Engine 5 and promises obviously enhanced gameplay, fresh content, and a visually striking upgrade, basically. It also includes an in-game editor for modders to get creative. The game also revisits the Road to Gehenna expansion and introduces a new chapter called In the Beginning. It's coming to PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X.
And craft puzzles that are greater than the sum of their parts. Then share your creations with other players, challenging minds across the simulation. Download the demo and puzzle editor today and redefine the very fabric of the Talos Principle Reawakened.
Mandragora Whispers of the Witch Tree is bringing the heat with this dark, twisted fantasy world that's got Souls-like combat mixed with Metroidvania vibes. You're exploring a decaying world where monsters from a realm called Entropy are spilling in, and your main tool is just a witch lantern. The combat's looking pretty brutal though. The world's eerie and the story's got that multi-ending branching narratives. If you're into tough challenges and some dark atmospheres, keep an eye out when it drops on April 17th.
And the power he bestows on me, can we thrive in a corrupt world? Inquisitor, a word in private.
With that being said, Blueprints is looking like one of those games that's gonna stick with you. Imagine you're exploring this giant, mysterious mansion that you've just inherited, but there's a twist. You're actually building the mansion yourself as you go. Every time you open a door, you get to choose what room appears behind it, but you only have a limited number of steps before the whole thing resets, making it kind of like a roguelike. It's a cool blend of strategy, puzzle solving, and most feels like a board game. I'm definitely keeping my eye for this one. It's coming out April 10.
It's a game of mystery. And without giving too much away, I'll say that it's a game of many secrets.
At number 10, we have the much-awaited Star Overdrive, which is a game that's basically the love child of Jet Set Radio, F-Zero, and kind of like an 80s rock opera. Caracal Games developers just dropped the fresh demo for it, and if you do like speed, sci-fi, and shredding on a guitar weapon, you will need to check it out. This game's vibe is pretty electric, it nails that lost in a massive world feeling, and the enemies are massive biochemical beasts that require actual strategy here. If you have ever dreamed of being a space surfing rockstar on a mission, this is your moment, as the full game drops on April 10, 2025 on all consoles.
I wish you could see this. I can't say it's going to be easy, but it's going to be fun.
Initiating emergency landing procedure.
Forever Skies is about to leave early access and hit full release on April 14, and as you might have guessed, it's bringing some serious update with it this time. New biomes like the Silent City and overgrown ruins, plus a new take that'll spice up the procedural generation, all are coming to shake things up. The final chapter of the story wraps up, and you can even explore new places like the workshop, where you will find the laser cutting tool to break into supply containers. If you're into a co-op survival, don't miss the beta on March 25 and keep your eyes peeled for updates like the airship expansion coming this summer.
Go into Underdust. Find Noah.
At number 12, we've got Commandos Origins, which honestly feels like a solid, much-needed return to the series. You've got that classic tactical stealth gameplay controlled in a small team, sneaking around and using gadgets to outsmart the enemy. In fact, if you like, there's a demo that's short, but it really does show the game's potential. It's familiar but still fresh, and there's plenty of room to get creative. I'm genuinely excited to see how this all unfolds for the game. Been always a fan of the Commandos games. It's got all the right pieces, now it's just about seeing how they'll come together. And that on April 9.
The Jerrys won't just roll over without putting up.
I never said that we can't engage them first.
Didn't you just say they shouldn't even know we're here?
We just gotta make sure they don't have time to react to us. Pinning their herd, simple as that. Fast and precise. That's how we strike.
You're nuts if you think the three of us are enough to pull this off.
If we want to win the war, we don't have a choice. Not the first time we've done the impossible.
got a real problem. The General was kidnapped.
By whom? And how?
We were on a mission in Campeche in search of those bugs. We don't know what they are.
On the other hand, at number 13, we've got MATCHO, which might not be your typical first-person shooter, but it's definitely something. This game throws in a twist by combining match 3 puzzle mechanics with action-packed combat. Basically, you're matching enemies to wipe them out while juggling parkour moves, wall running, and double jumping. It basically blends strategy and speed, so you'll need to think quick and move even faster. The story is set against a backdrop of an alien invasion. On top of that, the visuals are powered by Unreal Engine 5, so it looks amazing, definitely something unique.
Do we know what they're looking for?
They want something back from humans, but everywhere I go, they attack without reason.
You are not going into this battle with your bare hands.
We'll make you tools that will alleviate your illness and give you strength like never before.
This is your chance to not only find a cure, but to save the entire world.
Cool. No pressure. You're gonna have to come up with something better than that to get rid of me. And I jinxed it.
Max, what happened to you?
When I was 3
Welcome to the premiere of The Swan Show.
Lost Records Bloomin' Rage, for those of you who missed it, is a narrative adventure game from the creators of Life is Strange. It's set in a fictional town in Michigan, and the story follows 4 former friends who reunite after 27 years to confront this long-buried secret. What's interesting is that the game is divided into parts. Tape 1 is already out, it's been for a month, and the second one, which we're talking about here, is coming out April 15. You will get to navigate dual timelines, 1995 and 2022 as well, shaping the narrative through the choices and the interactions. This game actually features this camcorder mechanic, which allows players to capture moments and uncover the story. If you missed it, here's another trailer. And last but not least, so Croc, Legend of Gobbos, is finally making a comeback on April 2nd, and honestly, it's about time. If you're like me and remember playing this classic on PlayStation back in 97-96, this remaster is gonna hit right. They've given the graphics a huge upgrade, so now Croc in the world of Gobi Valley looks stunning in HD. The controls and camera are way smoother, which should make jumping around and saving your butt is a lot of fun. And if you are a fan of behind-the-scenes stuff, they've even added some of that, like a digital museum art, design docs, interviews, and more.